The blue part of the flame is the hottest. How's it going, my G's? It's Artifact. I hope you all had a wicked weekend. I had a really nice time doing some live sound for my friend Maddox, a beatboxer. A lot of work opportunities happening at the moment. It's pretty crazy. Some gigs coming up, so really excited for that. But I hope you guys had a good weekend. And today I've got a free Vital preset for you guys. It's a lovely little classic Neuro stab kind of bass, which I just made, whipped up this morning in Vital. So let's have a quick listen to the loop, and you can decide whether you'd like to devote your next song to me or just unsubscribe from my channel. Let's listen. So that's obviously the sound we're talking about, this little badger here. Really nice low end, nice foundation for a Neuro stab, all done for you. Go down below, download the free preset. If you wouldn't mind, leave us a nice juicy like and subscribe if you're new. And also just tell your nan about my videos in case she wants to join in. And she can get a discount on my tuition as well, because I know she's got a bad hip. So anyway, let's get into the Vital patch for today. And just show you, I'm going to show you a little bit on how I made it, very simply, and then I'm going to show you what you could do after the Vital patch. After you've done your programmed in your own MIDI, what I would do after that. So let's have a look at the patch first. If I just turn off the effects, we just have three effects: the filter, the distortion, and the compressor, in the order of distortion, filtering, compression, and they're very important. And a little filter here. Just one LFO controlling things, and if we just play our original sound. So it's a harmonic sub. I think it's a wavetable that I actually made by sort of drawing in a bit of a twisted sine wave. And then we added our second one, which is the squish flange. And what you can see I've done here is I've really turned up the unison, the voices a lot, and I frequency modulated this from oscillator 1. And now what we do is we add in this phaser filter here. We start to add in this movement just by kind of tweaking the mid-range here. And if you see my LFO, I've just done a very kind of simple LFO ramping down with a curve on 8th notes. And it's got a bit of a stereo knob turned up. So we get this kind of weird stereo effect happening in the whole sound. If I turn that back off, be a bit safer and a bit more mono, but I like to have a little bit of stereo juice up there. And the next thing we do is we just ram it through a load of distortion. I've got the sine fold mode, and I've turned it up to about 12 dB on the full mix. And now it gets like, almost too much, but that's why I bring back in the filter to reintroduce that kind of low pass stab flavor. If I were to take the distortion off, it's got a much louder, juicier kind of sound, really. I like the word juicy today for some reason. Maybe it's because of this water pistol. It's got some juice in it. Landed on my head. Yeah, so we got that going on. You can see here in the filter as well the two kind of different filters, and that's because I've got the stereo knob on. So if I turn that off, that's gone. But if I whack that back up, see it like filters the left and the right independently at different times. So that's really, really interesting to create nice stereo flavor to your bass. Anyway, next bit, add a bit of compression just to like reintroduce some of that high end I lost from the filter. It's a nice little kind of texture in the background happening. Anyway, just download the preset and enjoy it. And I'm going to show you what I would do afterwards. I mean, it's already a really, really great sound, but the thing is, with Vital and other synths, and I mentioned this in another kind of video and Instagram post. Follow me on Instagram as well, if you would be so kind. I do a lot of stories where I show the food that I'm eating, so that's interesting for you. Yeah, you hear at the end, there's this kind of like tail where it kind of just sounds a bit weird. Sometimes I just can't figure out how to fix that in Vital, but I'm not going to spend ages like messing around, so I can already see here's that horrible little click. And we're just going to bounce that straight to audio, and then I might keep the original patch in case I want to play in some more notes later, but I'm already going to just move on with this. And then what I'm going to do next is going to create another layer of it just by bouncing it out again. Well, I don't even need to do that. I could have just copied the channel, but you know what I mean. Second strip, we're going to just add in a nice reverb, like convolution reverb. The Convolution Easy from Melder Production, turn it on to full. Choose a nice sound. Maybe a bit of sound design. There's loads of cool ones in here. I like the vermin, but it's a bit loosey-goosey. It's a bit loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to LFO that up a little bit. Make it a bit more choppy. And that's not quite the right timing, so I'm going to change the phase. See, I quite like that. I quite like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bounce that out as it is. And because I had the convolution on full, it's a little bit loud, so I'm just going to turn that down a bit in the mix. And there you go, I've got a nice kind of organic layer on top of it already. So we could already, I mean, I could already bounce these guys out together. I'm bouncing like a kangaroo today. Honestly, I'm loving life. So there we go. Got them both together, and now we can just simply kind of mix that in, you know, add a couple more effects, maybe add a little bit of crush, bit of the tritic crush, and heavily sidechain it. And yeah, it's a nice little element to this kind of track. Yeah, feel free to go ahead and download it and use it yourself in your own songs. Just make sure that you really, really take care of your nan, because she's had a bit of a hard weekend. So yeah, lots of love. Bye.